What's going on, people, and welcome to Nerds at the Round Table, where we talk about Marvel, and more Marvel. Today we're going to be doing our Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania review. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with King Tut.
Yo, welcome. We are about to get this started, and boy howdy, I've been waiting for this one a good year and a half. And joining us today, we got the swordsman sensation samurai, Hikaron.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Thank you for having me again, gentlemen. It's been a while, but it's really anticipated. I've been waiting for this movie. Waiting to see our boy King do his thing, and it was, I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. And so I'm happy to be back. Happy to be here.
Dope. Let's get it started. We're going to kick it off with this first question for y'all. What do y'all think about this movie as a whole from start to finish? What do y'all think?
Me, personally, what I had the preconceived notion of, I like the Ant-Man movies. I originally never thought I would ever see an Ant-Man movie, but there's some of the better MCU movies because the cast, everyone does well. It's hilarious. It's actually funny. All the rest of the MCU, people are sometimes they're trying to be funny. Like, no, Ant-Man's supposed to be funny. It's fucking Paul Rudd. Like, yeah. I mean, it's Paul Rudd. Like,
it's Paul Rudd.
So it was a Paul Rudd movie. I went into it. I was expecting. I expected what I expected, but it gave me much more.
Right.
Which I love. It started so wholesome. I mean, him dancing, his book. I mean, not dancing, walking through the street, people seeing him, knowing him, did the little book thing. It was good. It gave me almost like a Spider-Man side characters feel. Like this man is, he could be a normal person out here compared to all the other
Tobey Maguire sidewalk stroll.
Yeah. Peter goes around, knows everyone around. Like who? No other MCU character can go around just socially, and people are like, oh hey, he lives in the neighborhood, but this is also a motherfucking hero. Like everyone else is just so different. Like it's a good little family movie, but the action was good. When it kicked off. Like the movie, like it got intense. Like once they got sucked in,
once it started,
that shit. I mean, it was intense. I liked it as a whole. It paced through really well. When it starts to get dry, it picks it right back up right away. Going into the quantum realm, like it was interesting because it kind of made you feel uncomfortable because that's how everyone felt there because it was just so different and so weird.
Everything was so
bioorganic and things didn't make sense.
Crazy,
but they did. Like it was weird. And this is our entrance into it. So I think they could do a whole series where it's about people in the quantum realm and stuff. I didn't expect them to have that actor, the one dude who could read minds. I didn't know he was gonna be in the movie at all. I'm like, dang, they giving Marvel the people the bag. Marvel puts people on, so it was cool.
Claws.
Yes, it was good to see him.
It was interesting. He was an interesting character.
Yeah. The warrior.
He's cracking me up.
She was cold. She was super cold, actually.
Tora.
Yeah. Yes, she was wild. She was murdering. she caught bodies.
She was ready to fight. She was out here. She was no nonsense.
With the shits.
Yeah, I'd like to see her again, honestly. We'll see.
Man.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. I saw all the critic reviews and stuff before, and I took that with a grain of salt because they're dumbasses sometimes, and I don't care that they can hear me say it.
Hypercritical of the Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta just kind of ignore that.
Yep. It was everything that I expected it to be, and the end credit scenes made it more. I think Jonathan Majors playing Kang just made it more for me. He's such a good fucking actor. It's insane.
He makes you want to watch something and get you really engaged because he's such a good actor. He's like a method actor, and it's really crazy how he is. Like every time I've seen it, any movie I've seen Jonathan Majors in, like his character draws me the most.
And he shows the dynamic of Kang's psyche without talking. Without saying it. He displays it when he first pops off on Janet, when she shrinks the multiversal engine and he just goes,
Yeah.
boom, give it to me. Out of
He's
nowhere,
like
he spiked like that,
child.
dude. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And it just looked like he had just went through a fucking war after saying that. It was, oh my God.
Like, but you could really feel like his
Pain
because
behind
he
it.
kind of explained it. He kind of explained that like his variants are the reason why the multiverse and the entire, existence
Everything's fucked
is
up.
destroyed.
Yeah.
And you can see his emotion, his pain, and his frustration in that moment where he's like,
Kind of
she just took that tool away from me again, and we just got it back.
Like
You know, that was
he's
his
basically
frustration in
got
that
the
moment.
same like psyche break as Thanos in the mindset of, I'm trying to set the world right in this way, and if I can't do it, I will do it by any cost.
I feel you.
Right.
He's a victim of circumstance. Honestly, truly.
Unfortunately, he's too powerful for his own circumstance. That's why he's a victim, but that's why you got banished, motherfucker.
Almost like Thanos. Thanos was like, I am inevitable. Like
Thanos was just he's like Kang without the confidence,
right? Because it's crazy. Because the Thanos
or other way around.
His fight is that Thanos isn't even the Thanos who did the snap. That's the crazy part.
Facts. And Kang's ready to do that shit at any moment. Rashawn, you should have left that up.
Bro, I totally fucked up. I accidentally closed it.
Oh, you good, bro?
But
What did you think about it, Sean?
yeah, I thought the movie was good. I could have used a little bit more time in the real world than maybe in the beginning, and more like establishment of. I wanted to see them more in their element. You know what I'm saying? Like not just the montage, but I did enjoy the montage. It was funny.
You're right. I didn't expect a 2-hour quantum realm movie.
Yeah, it was just like
A lot
it
of
was
visual
cool
effects.
When it
yeah.
happened, it's like you got jolted right into it. Like I thought we were gonna lead into it somehow. Nah.
Right. I
We
thought
get
there was
introduced
gonna
to
be
that
a little bit more
machine,
setup, a little bit more explanation into their relationship. I mean, you got the gist of the relationship, but it was a rush.
It was rushed. It was like we already had to
And
know.
it was,
you know.
yeah, they didn't like spend enough time exploring those dynamics outside of it before going into it. But we did get caught up on everybody, which was good, and I think later on, it'll be way more appreciated because of the fact that everything will connect. So
And hopefully this Cassie stays.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hopefully they'll replace her again. Because that's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie though. I really enjoyed like all the characters. Really, MODOK. I really liked.
MODOK was great. I ain't gonna lie.
And R.I.P. to him.
Yeah.
And
Hey, he died in Avenger, bro.
He died in Avenger. That was probably the funniest.
It was the funniest shit ever.
Like you don't even have to like Marvel to like that joke.
They were,
It was just good.
And both Paul or Ant-Man and Wasp were just like, yeah, sure, you did.
they were just like, yep.
Whatever, bro. Hopefully you don't come back.
They didn't want to steal.
I was looking to see if he was gonna come back.
Yeah, you were looking at the heartbeat.
I was like, this nigga dead. Or he pulled that Bill Murray like. Or like
I also kind of like how they keep this audience feel to Scott. You know what I mean? Like he's the audience watching the movie throughout the movie type of feel.
The narration from him.
The narration from him, and also like kind of how he
really doesn't know what's going on.
MODOK when he saw him, or how he was terrified. How everybody was just like, I just like that feel. Like it's the audience perspective on the character and on the situation through him, which is dope. And I love that they keep going with that, with it throughout these movies, because at the end, like you were just saying, with his little inner monologue, it's just like, yeah, we are all thinking that, like, because obviously Kang didn't die on screen, and that's when we know people die. So it's like, did Did he defeat him?
It's like, wait, he did
Is
say
he
that
really dead?
the whole world would end if he doesn't get out. Did I just fuck
Yeah.
everybody? That shit was funny as fuck.
I love that. I love those little moments. That would be
Even the
fine.
part
Yeah,
where
I enjoyed
the holes part where it was like he has 7 holes, and then like pause for a second.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He
It
said,
was hilarious because subconsciously I was counting at the same time.
Bro, I was counting
everybody
at
in
the
the
same
world
time.
did.
Dead ass, bro.
Everyone
I was
did.
counting
and
at the same
I was thinking
Bro.
like, damn, he did the same thing I just did. That's what they did right there. Like, I was like, of course,
Like they
it's a
already
Paul
knew
Rudd
we
movie,
would be
like-
counting, bro. That's that.
Like the sexual
so
joke
funny.
reference is gonna be there. It's a Paul Rudd movie. Like,
And then they came back with it at the end. So also, I don't know if you guys knew. So, the guy from the previous Ant-Man movies that goes Baba Yaga, one of his friends,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
plays
Was he the red dude?
he plays the gelatin guy
wow,
that goes, I have holes, and
So
just
that's-
eats everybody.
That's
Yes,
crazy. So he's still there. He's
he's still there.
That's God tier. I like that because I was like, man, they didn't have any of the other side characters that we got. It's
Michael
family.
Pena.
That's
is
also what
my
I'm saying. Like they
favorite.
could
But
have
they-
established
yeah, right.
a little bit
They
more
weren't
of
up-
that.
they weren't
See
up in the
where
real
he
world
was
for
at
that
with
long
his
enough.
business. Like, what is their business still going on? We have no idea right now. No idea.
It's
if their
crazy
business
because
is
like
still working.
it's the most relatable and realistic Marvel character. I mean, yeah, he was a criminal, like did heists and jobs, but
But
it's
he's got to get money for his daughter. Like,
he's literally in the real world,
Yeah.
normalized as fuck.
all right. So,
Right.
what do you guys think about the Quantum Realm?
Thought it was cool. It was different.
I thought.
It kind of reminded me
Yeah.
of what's that one Disney movie, Strange Worlds? Kind of.
Oh yeah, Strange
Kinda like
World.
that a
It did
bit.
have a Strange World vibe.
I felt that, yeah.
I liked the design a lot. I just wish they had more time to finish and polish it up.
So,
But maybe
I feel you.
it's always hard when there's no real world reference, really though.
okay,
But
so
but we could see that.
one of the
They did have
writers
some
for the
real-world
movie
references.
came out and said the reason for the CGI shoddy job in Quantumania was, quote, greedy humans.
Gritty
What
human.
does that mean? Can you
That's
elaborate?
no. I mean, he still
He
works
said
for the
greedy human.
he still works for the company. You can. So like, but yeah. So I'm guessing that they wanted to push it out at a certain time, push the movie out at a certain time, focus on things
what it
more
is.
than another, and not give, you know, the Quantum Realm the same kind of credibility that like Talokan got.
Right.
Like, Talokan's beautiful.
I also saw that. I heard that they prioritized Black Panther CGI over Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania CGI.
Makes sense. I mean,
They're underwater most of the time.
It does make sense, yeah.
But
It does make sense.
but if you're gonna have
But
the
it's
whole
also
movie
like, you
in
gotta
the
have-
Quantum Realm, like you
Right.
gotta
You
balance
gotta,
it.
you kind of gotta,
yeah, I don't think they.
you know,
balanced
make
that
it look good.
well. Honestly, they could have waited for the movie to come out in like April.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe. Nah, maybe like today.
I guess they need. They need something to hold
If
them
it came
down.
out today, I'd be
But the
satisfied.
thing is like you gotta think about it. It's like it's an Ant-Man movie. Like people are only a select few people are actually gonna see an Ant-Man movie, which sucks. 'Cause you-
Man, they made their
But
budget and then some.
Yeah, they
made
actually
what
got
they
way
wanted
more
and
than they
then some.
expected to, which is good.
So
I expect
what's
them
up.
to do good.
yeah.
kick off Phase 5. They did pretty well.
I think people are gonna start understanding that Jonathan Majors draws a crowd.
I think that everybody needs to also chillax and realize that all these movies are in a chronological order, and right now they may not be good, but later on they may have a bigger impact and bigger. Like you'll go back and you'll rewatch it and be like, "Oh snap! This has way more meaning now because of what happened in X, Y, and Z." So
Yeah, like we can't be
judging
so
it solely off of.
anticipatory.
They always judge it solely off of just itself, and not throughout the timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's always doing that. So
Like my biggest thing is like I look at the MCU as not infinite, but I don't see it stopping until there's 100 movies.
at least.
At least there's no reason for it to. There's enough content for it. people would enjoy it enough. People will continue to go see it enough. It's worth it.
100.
So for people to just like put everything in a box, granted, if Sony does something, you can put that in a box and throw it in the fucking ocean. But when Disney does something, give it time. Give everything time.
It will age like a fine wine, as they say.
Exactly.
I agree.
What did y'all think about Bill Murray's character, Krylar?
I didn't understand it.
It was
All I
what it
could-
was, but it was just a one shot, which was like, damn, this nigga had a cameo.
Yeah. It was really... It was all just... You just got subtle hints as to what their relationship was. Well, maybe not so subtle sometimes, but... You know, you understood what was happening. They had a relationship, and he now hates her because she left. Is pretty much what was going on, I guess.
Thank you for the follow, Fat Papa J.
Did he die at any point? I don't think he did.
That man. All I know is he was getting torn up by that tiny little.
He could have got eaten by
octopus
that
thing.
thing.
Could have
but
died.
We didn't see
But
it.
okay, so
got
no,
by
what
that
irritated
thing,
me is like the only thing that he's really relevant to in his stories is the Hulk. There was no mention of him. So why the fuck are you on screen? Why are you a one-off on this movie? You could have been literally anyone else. You don't even belong in this universe. Never even gone to the quantum realm. You've been a
You know what I
full-
think?
Like he's a sorcerer.
Like they threw him in there, but now that I think about it, it's like, you know what? You gotta remember this Ant-Man movie is a comedy, and nothing comedies, like a big thing about comedies is like when you see a big actor in it. Who, like,
I mean, I agree.
has a one-off shot, like how we had
But like there was no assassination
Matthew
references
McConaughey.
either.
That's true.
And like he
But, like-
literally comes from being a whatchamacallit, a servant or whatever to the leader of assassins. He's just
Yeah.
they just didn't play his character the way it should have been played. They just made him completely different.
I feel you. I feel you don't. They did kind of just throw him in there.
They kind of did that. They've done that before with like.
But I love Bill Murray. Don't think that I don't love Bill Murray. Bill Murray.
His
oh my
cameo
God,
was like-
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Like, you guys remember how Matthew McConaughey was in Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Big actor. Like, you really think, like, why isn't he in more of the movie?
Could have been anybody else, honestly.
And it was like that. It gave me that feel. Kinda.
Shit, it could have been Matthew Broderick. The movie probably would have been better.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Actually, that would have been low key.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I like how it was Bill Murray because like Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's amazing though. He did a
He's
great
that guy,
job
you
for
know what I
playing
mean?
what they want.
Shit.
The fuck.
My bad, y'all. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you though. I kind of thought it was he was in there to just get people to go to the movie. Is
200%.
kinda what it felt like. Just
Yeah.
so they could have him in the trailer and be like, Bill Murray's also in this.
Janet Van
Then-
Dyne.
Like he was funny. Like he
Yeah.
was a, you know,
Well, he wasn't
It's
anywhere
like
else.
we did.
He should have had him in the movie
much
again.
That was it.
Much.
Every other
They
side
coulda-
character we saw again, except for him.
See, and that's the thing. Let's go back to this. Let's talk about MODOK, and let's go back to this discussion that we keep having about them killing off these villains. They just be killing them off, bro. And that's what happened to Bill Murray. They just killed him off. They were like, here he is, kill him off, gone. But they, like you're saying, they could have had him in more of the movie. Like, he could have been a bigger plot point. He could have been throughout the movie and got killed at the end. That would have been cool.
Yep.
Kind of like MODOK.
I mean,
But,
in my eyes, like if he's
we
from
still don't know if
this,
he's died though. You know, right? We still don't know if
like
he died.
for lesser terms, like he's from this whole League of Assassins. He could have had that whole conversation with Ant-Man and Janet and all of them, and been like, "Hey, we need your help. Can you help us kill Kang?"
Right?
And set
then
up some
portray him that way.
assassination tactic. That would have been cool.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. I
also-
thought he was gonna portray them later, but like, nah, it happened right away. I'm like, damn.
Right away.
Kang just wants what he
That's what I'm saying,
wants.
like-
That man's rushing this shit.
But yeah, MODOK getting killed off was kind of irritating. Because honestly, I liked it. I liked him.
I liked it, but at the same time, it's like
it was cool.
it's gonna show us that like how Kang made that MODOK like MODOKs are a thing that Kang's gonna have. Just so I feel like different versions of Kangs are also gonna have like MODOKs or some shit like that. Like probably gonna be the new Ultron type of situation.
Yeah.
Like after seeing he literally just put the nigga in the casing,
That's
like
trash,
kick the dude in the
though.
casing like that. It was like I was like, dang, this man really just
All
making
these-
MODOKs.
All these recent depictions of MODOK been doing him dirty.
I mean, how do you
I feel like
make
they
how
just-
do you make that character though? Like, if you really think about it, the closest depiction we actually have is the Hulu TV show.
I would have to probably agree with that. I didn't watch it, but seeing the imagery from it, I would probably agree.
Like, it's literally a dude whose eyes are the size of his hands and feet, or
I'm
arms and
saying,
legs.
like,
So like, it's hard to put that on screen in general. So you gotta
When was
CGI the
MODOK
fuck out of it.
introduced?
You said what?
In Marvel, what series was
Uh,
MODOK introduced?
I think it was.
Because I got
Captain
introduced
America,
MODOK
Iron
through
Man.
what was it? Captain America. That's crazy.
Right.
I got introduced MODOK
Uh,
through X-Men somehow. I don't know how. Yep.
Bro. All I know is
Yeah, Captain America.
these villains could live longer. That's all I know.
Yeah, he should have been reformed.
That's all we
like,
getting at.
Not
He should have been able to get out of the quantum realm and go wild in the real world, become like the traditional head of AIM. AIM becomes like a science division that tries to create superheroes and shit on the side throughout the MCU going forward. Like, that's what I was hoping was about to happen. But nah, they just,
Okay, this is weird.
he just died.
So I scrolled through, and so he gets taken out at one point. By Serpent Society. AIM hires Serpent Society to take out MODOK at some point. And Bushmaster and Diamondback help take him out. But he gets rebooted. AIM attempts to fix their mistakes by creating MODOK again.
That would be tight if they rebooted him. Like, let's not
Yeah, what if we just reboot him?
reboot him in the future, put your villains in jail, and kill the ones that you actually want to kill off. And
Well,
Like, what
because
if the ants
it's
save him?
curious because it says that he fought Quasar already and Omega Red.
Wait, the one in the movie?
he did what?
No, MODOK. Like it says, when AIM attempted to fix their mistakes by creating MODOK, who fought Quasar and Omega Red but died trying to secure the cosmic cube for her master.
I don't know, bro. All I know is there's other solutions.
Yeah, MODOK. I don't. Yeah, just reboot MODOK, man. Bring him back, man. It's too soon.
He was
Straight up.
We need
hilarious, man.
We need
All we need
Brodok
to do-
here, bro. We can't forget about Brodok.
Like when they showed his face, I was fucking dying. The whole movie, like,
Bro, he looked hilarious.
that shit was hilarious.
Did you like his powers? Did y'all like his powers?
Yeah, honestly, when he started flying
When
through
he
that
came in,
motherfucker
and
with
they
the
gave you, like,
cannons, I was
the,
like, "Damn."
They gave you the first person perspective. That
a
was
force.
crazy. He was a force. Definitely.
He was tearing.
Honestly, no cap.
he was
like
tearing stuff up.
he was like the strongest thing there the whole time in the movie. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga was the strongest thing.
Facts.
He was the reason they were able to get to Kang.
Facts.
Like, Kang was going crazy. Like this
My
man fuck-
name's Darren, and I'm not a dick.
Yeah, that man sacrificed his life.
Just to become an Avenger.
Speaking of familiar characters coming back, did y'all think that the original characters got their due? Got their just desserts?
Who would be original?
Got their
Oh wait, yeah.
amount of screen time they needed to get? Talk about like Hank, Ant-Man, Wasp.
Oh yeah, I like Michael Douglas in the movie. They gave that man quite enough screen time where I was like, man, I need to watch more Michael Douglas movies. Like,
Man, when he walked over with all them ants behind him, I was like, this man is pimping.
an OG,
Just pop the collar one time, bro.
Gang
Please.
Man had
And when those ants got
Pain,
struck down,
six
I was
paths
like, they
in-
coming back and they're about to do something crazy.
yeah, it's crazy because like
They took
like
that
you get
man
introduced to those ants early and then they're gone, and then they come
Right,
back
but they
at the very
introduced the
end.
concept of them early on. And then
Right.
it's like they went
I
through,
forgot
what,
about the whole time.
2,000 years of evolution. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? What? Like,
They became
there
super
are
intelligent.
2,000 years worth of smart.
You just think like he's gonna be able to communicate in between the quantum realm and Earth now even better because he has a whole legion down there.
What's saying?
Like those ants were OP.
Yeah, I like the screen time for everybody. I like Michelle Pfeiffer's time on screen.
Yep, she was
Like,
cold.
As much as I
Oh,
don't
man,
really
she was
like
killing it.
Evangeline Lilly that much as like an actress on screen sometimes, she did amazing in this movie and I loved it.
Yeah, her intensity was
Yeah,
there.
she did really well.
Also, shout out to you because you liked our photo. We love you.
Shout out to Evangeline Lilly for liking our photo on
Yeah,
Marvel,
appreciate
Marvel,
it.
More
We
Marvel
really greatly
and
appreciate that.
Instagram. Go follow us there. Yeah, that was dope.
What about you,
By
Michelle?
her,
Man, I felt like they all got a fair amount. Like, I had no problems with it. I enjoyed seeing them. I enjoyed seeing the dynamics of each group as they were going through the journey. It's tight.
yeah, everyone had like a good amount of emotion when they were down there and stuff. I really like that. Like,
Yeah, you could kind of feel like the history still there.
because when they oh my god, when they all got sucked in, I was like, man, they all just got back together. Everyone's been so separated.
Right. At least that's the feel, you know? Because it's just kind of like it's just like the feel of, you don't have that actual context. So it's like how, you don't have any timestamps. By the way, I'm going back to the timestamps. Marvel, you need some timestamps. They just need to establish like their timeline a little bit more clearly.
I agree.
It'd be cool to have little timestamps throughout just so that you knew where, like, oh, it's this year at this time. Not this time, but you know what I mean? Like, it's this year.
So you can know, like, okay, so this situation. And this
You'd be
movie
like, oh,
happened.
okay, this situation happened between X and Y.
So
you know?
it kind of helps you build the universe. Like, okay, this is gonna happen soon. Like, it's,
Exactly.
like I don't remember a
It's nice,
timeline
like, oh,
in
I pick up-
Shang-Chi.
Right.
Like, okay, like She-Hulk helps us get a bit of some of the timeline, but like now that they don't have a timestamp, but it's just because of like who's in it. And we're seeing like what characters that recur, and you know they've gone through shit that's already happened. So
Exactly. What did y'all think of Kang as the big bad in this? Boy?
That's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing.
yeah, he was cold.
Kinda
Honestly, like when he started popping off with his pop, yo, that man was on some anime shit. Like it was really on some anime shit. It was almost like
Straight
up.
Dragon Ball Z or like Akira, like Tetsu. Like man, it was.
I was surprised at
I was
how
thinking like,
much.
man, he could take on Iron Man. Like we haven't seen a villain that fights like that besides like Ultron with like blasters and stuff like that. So that man was
Right.
eradicating people. I was like, oh goodness sakes.
That man had hands, and I was surprised at how much Ant-Man was. You know, he was kind of holding his own at first, and then he started getting, you know, just beat
Whooped
the fuck
on,
up.
man.
But he was holding his own at first for a little bit there.
That
It was cool. It was cool to see them. It's cool to see Kang use his hand to hand as well as his technology.
Yeah, he pulled out that Creed 3 Jonathan Majors on that boy. It's crazy because like before that movie, like they showed for the trailers, of course they showed a Creed 3 trailer. Man, Jonathan Majors in this movie, and like he's beating the shit out of fucking Ant-Man, punching that. It was like, yo, he was really doing Creed 3 right now.
Bro, when he stomped on his head, bro, I knew it. You knew it was coming because of the trailers, but like when he stomped on his head, bro.
Okay, so in the trailers, I thought he
Yo.
did it in one stomp. I was like, okay, it probably
Oh, no.
didn't hurt. because he probably just broke it off like that. It's probably some weak ass metal. But then we saw it in the movie, and the nigga did like 2 or 3 times. I was like, ow, ow, ow.
Bro, he was going wild with it.
Yeah.
Bro,
I
he
watched,
was just. And can we? Oh, go ahead.
I watched a GQ or a Variety YouTube video with him today, and he said for Creed 3 he trained for 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
And thinking about what he looks like in Lovecraft's Country compared to what he looks like in Creed 3, he's a different human. That is a completely different fucking body. So, first of all, he should have lost that fight. Ant-Man should have lost that fight. But he can have it. It's fine.
Nah, that shit was wild.
But yeah, at this point, Jonathan Majors, aka King Conqueror, aka Immortus, aka Ramatut, is my favorite villain.
Wait,
MCU so
bro. I'm sorry. I was like, what was I about to say, bro? When he got out of that tower, and before all the ants were like killing him and shit, when he was just like blasting everybody on the side, and they were just disappearing. What were they being like erased out of existence? Like it looked different than like just a normal like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like he was using time as a weapon or something.
I feel like I had to do it was like an energy blast, but it is only affected against like bioparticles, like actual human skin or something like that. Because he was hitting Ant-Man and Wasp with the same moves, but they were just getting thrown back. But they have the suits on.
Right.
Nobody.
Quantum suits.
Yeah, nobody else did.
I feel like he was hitting them with different things.
Yeah.
But I feel like, that is a good question because like those people were literally like being disintegrated before our faces.
Bro,
like,
they were
literally like he's stripping away
yeah
them as time itself and like just gone.
Yeah.
Nothing's there.
It was just blowing my mind. I was like, what is he doing?
He's got some like repulsive blast. He's got that.
Kind of reminded me of
the AOE shock, which was like some anime shit. Dragon Ball Z. Like this man was.
Kind of reminded me of when Dr. Manhattan was evaporating people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Vaporizing.
Incineration or some shit.
Dr. Manhattan was guts flying everywhere, blood all. He could have been cleaning with that shit. But.
Do you think Kang is dead? Let's get a poll going. Do you think Kang is dead?
No.
I personally do not.
No.
That version of Kang?
No.
Nope.
Nah. Yeah.
As much as like I was like, yeah, he's gonna get killed off in this movie. He didn't actually get killed off. He just got.
No, it wasn't no concrete.
It was like a chess. It's like a chess game, and
right.
They just lost their queen. They just lost Kang, and now Immortus, Rama, and all those other Kangs are all pawns trying to get to the other side of the board to trade themselves in for the queen.
I feel you. I feel like that Kang was, the biggest hindrance to anything that they were gonna do, and he was the one holding them back.
Mm-hmm.
A villain of circumstance. I feel like there's gonna be a point where he's gonna be like a villain, but an anti-hero, where they're gonna have to go back to get that Kang to be like, all right, help us stop them because we don't know how, but you somehow do because you were strong enough to where they had to put you here.
Facts.
That. Or
I actually really agree.
Something else is gonna get that Kang back, and he's gonna unleash havoc on all of us, regular MCU.
You don't kill everybody.
And all the other Kangs. Still, that man's gonna. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
You don't fucking kill everybody. Yeah.
It's like whoever gets him out, he can make a deal with,
And then end up dead, but they
That's
still
the thing,
make it a couple
dead,
more
like,
movies.
Like they're not like.
About to go crazy.
If they pull that King out, like.
He's crazy, yo.
They're gonna have to seal him up, and they can't trust him. That man was gonna eradicate everybody again.
And like
honestly, we haven't seen King from our universe yet. Like from the main MCU universe, we haven't seen that King yet. So
it's
when's it gonna happen?
It's crazy to think after one movie, this version of Kang became more untrustworthy than any character in the MCU, including Loki.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, you can't trust him. Period.
Just in that one scene that you were talking about earlier, when she first shrinked that thing,
Yeah.
or right before it happened, where he was like,
"What did you
"Give it
see?"
to me, Janet." Like, what did you see?
This shit was wild. I was like, "Damn, this nigga was plotting
what is
the whole
Kang?
time."
Cannot give him that. He's like, bro, you cannot allow him to have that.
Oh,
She
man.
saw all that he did in one instant. It was like,
He was like, "Son of a bitch." Ah.
I know.
fuck.
He was
What
like,
did you see?
He's like, damn it. I did not know that was gonna happen. The one thing he didn't account for.
With Janet
He
having
was
powers.
like, dang, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
shit
I know
wild,
she's gonna see
man.
that.
Right.
Let's go into this mid-credit scene with the Council of Kangs, bruh.
Yo, drop
Let's
the
go through
drop the
them, bruh.
flowers on my face in this
Go
on the screen for this. Like, make it rain roses on me,
through
bro.
'em, son.
Like,
Go,
ah.
bro, they fucking, they freaking came on.
Going back to 2006.
All right.
Make it rain and lay it out. Make it rain.
Variants shown in order of appearance. Let's get it.
Mr. Rama Tut has been shown.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The shit I have
Pardon.
said for so long,
You've
I've
been
been
waiting.
preaching it over and over. If you have heard
Even
it
with Moon
before,
Knight, like,
you're probably annoyed with me by now, and it's okay. You don't got to hear it no more, but now you got to see it. Even better.
We are Rama Tut.
Rama Tut.
And we got motherfucking debates on this second one. We don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Violet Centurion, Scarlet Centurion, Future Kang. Who knows who this is, but go with one of them until further notice. And then we got Blueface, Old Man, Longest Lived Variant of Kang, Immortus.
Said the blue face that left Krishan.
Wild. And then we got a few in the crowd. We got like a Doctor Doom Kang, and we got a Scarlet Centurion Kang looking one out there in the crowd. But bro, this scene, bro, these Kangs just
It was the most satisfying scene in Marvel for me since like Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, damn, that's the armor.
Straight up.
That's the army we're gonna go against. Like,
That's the army that we are about to.
That's the Kang dynasty.
Like that. Like what we just saw is our next 3 years. Two and a half
that with
years.
Ultron, and now they're like, we're giving you that. Like,
And like necessarily, he's not necessarily gone either because we still got White Vision.
yep.
Whenever the fuck he decides to come back.
Which is crazy. Like, they were just like, bro, like, literally gonna do the whole WandaVision thing. Do that to Wanda, and then like, the multiverse of madness. Yeah, she shouldn't have. Okay, I don't think she's dead, but.
So okay, so this is where some things in my head become very complicated, though. Now that we have physically seen Immortus and the TVA. We don't have the Timekeepers yet. They are, at this point, a figment of our imagination. Immortus and the Timekeepers, like, he worked for them. Like, he was their Kang, basically. He would, like, that's what Immortus' job was.
Right.
So part of me thinks that the TVA that we see at the end of Loki is the real Timekeeper's TVA, and that's Immortus we're seeing. But he doesn't have the suit. He's got Kang's suit, which is weird. Which is why, when we get to this next part about Mr. Victor Timely, I'll explain why I think it could be him. Did you guys have anything else on the mid-credit scene?
All I gotta say is, for those who were confused about what they meant by they, quote unquote, are touching it, They're talking about the Avengers touching the multiverse and other characters such as Deadpool, who we haven't seen yet, touching the multiverse, and how they're getting too close to messing up their plans for the multiverse. And that's why we are going to be fighting them in the future, because they're afraid the Avengers are going to screw up their plans, and they got total control right now.
Yep, I can see that.
That is all.
I can totally see that.
Wild stuff, but that's why they assembled. They had to call everybody so that everybody was aware, so that everybody can prevent, so that everybody can move to their stations and start countering these heroes, because these heroes are jacking up the plans, and the multiverse war is about to ensue, bro. Is it on a loop though?
I wonder if they gotta do something with Captain America in this soon, because let's be real, he's one of the only other people who traveled the quantum realm as well as he did. Like, he was the one who went and sent back all the stones they grabbed. Like, so I wonder if there's a point where he's gonna come back to help them. Like, okay, yeah, I knew this Kane shit was gonna happen. It was a threat.
Bro,
I'm just Captain Fanboy though. But
All
yeah,
right,
it's just
small black
crazy.
hole as well.
It's crazy.
Let's talk about this post-credit scene and explain who Victor Timely is real quick. So we're introduced to Victor Timely, a variant of Kang, who in the comics goes back to the year of 1901 and becomes the mayor of a town that he establishes called Timely, Wisconsin. And then he funds the technology that will benefit him in the future to get him to hit the point of becoming Kang, is basically what happens there. This variant also is a robotics engineer who created countless robots that have fought the Avengers throughout some of the comics. Victor Timely and his astounding temporal marvel is what you see when you first see this man come on screen. Then you see Owen Wilson, Mobius M. Mobius, and Loki, and this is then a setup for Loki season 2. Why, might you ask, are Loki and Mobius M. Mobius specifically here to see Victor Timely?
That's a good
The
question.
question will be answered in Loki. We got any theories on that, though?
So, referring back to previous statement, I think that the version of Kang that we see get shrunken into the multiversal engine at the end of the movie is shrunken so far, or is sent so far back in time, it is prior to any TVA being created. Hence, Victor Timely. The reason we see Victor Timely with no scars is because it's before that version of him gets those scars. So I'm predicting that sometime in Loki season 2, we're going to see him get those scars on his face that we see Kang get.
Wild. That'd be wild.
Be a crazy revelation.
You heard it here first. I think Loki season 2 is going to rely heavily on Loki, Mobius, and them building a relationship with Victor Timely / AKA Kang, because they think that he's going to be on their side. He's going to be the good one to help set everything straight, and we're going to see him play them like a fiddle, just like he was trying to do to Janet the whole time. It's going to come out at the end that, oh, you guys have really just been helping me. Thank you. Gone.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
MF out. That'd be wild, bro. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in Loki. I can't wait to see which version of Kang is in charge of TVA at the moment.
Facts.
And it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Speaking of crazy in the future, we may see some more craziness with the quantum realm, because Cassie apparently can just fucking teleport people in and out of the quantum realm now, based off of what we saw at the very end. That was a crazy revelation. That means that they can essentially just teleport in and out of the quantum realm at will. Are there materials in there that could be helpful for the fight against Kang, or are there materials in there that could create new weapons? That'd be wild. Are we gonna see some of these characters in Secret Wars? Y'all think? This shit is all just.
Are we gonna see any of the multiversal army come out?
Right.
Because what's her name is still alive, and Quasar.
Yep. They could. Oh, bro. If they figured out how to weaponize those drones for themselves, Kang gonna have to fight his own machines, unless he instantly takes them over and turns them on everybody. I can see that.
It's gonna be like some Ultron type shit. Like,
I'm saying. Who is your favorite like wacky character that you saw in the quantum realm? I gotta go with Broccoli Head.
I don't know, right? It was crazy.
This is just blowing my mind. I was looking at him like,
Head
this man got several eyes, and it was just interesting. It was an interesting concept. Just make Broccoli Head a quantum realm character. That was crazy. Yeah, what did y'all think? Because we got Jello, we got Red Jello dude, we got Yellow Face.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Goo or Veb.
Was that his name?
Yeah, Veb. V-E-B.
Veb.
Yeah,
who is Yellow Face dude's name? What was Yellow Face dude's name?
With the blast from his head.
Yeah, man died in such a violent way, bro. I was so devastated. I was like, dang. They could have done him different. Man was just tragic. There were some fun characters in there. Some interesting concepts too, like the when they were like your buildings are alive, and then the other dude was like, yours are dead. I was like, bro, is it Zalem? Maybe it's Zalem. That's probably the yellow face dude's name.
Yeah. Veb was definitely my favorite character. When that motherfucker said, I have holes, and just turned into a vacuum monster, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Bro, he was so excited.
So excited.
And the crazy thing is, like, imagine if you're like an insectoid or a what are they called? Like a mollusk. But you have evolved from a mollusk or an insectoid type creature. You don't have any holes in your body, bro.
Crazy.
Like that, like just gaping open holes. You'd be all confused. You'd be like, bro, why do you have a hole in the middle of your face? You know what I'm saying? Because all they got are like pinchers and shit. Yeah. Little mandibles and whatever. They'd be, it'd be creepy. I just thought it was an interesting concept. They were just like, bro, why do you have holes? Why are your buildings dead? Crazy. Y'all have any beefs with this movie? What were your beefs? I know we laid some
Killing
out.
MODOK off.
It really was disappointing.
Yeah, man. Like, why?
Like, he wasn't like, he made me cringe a few times, but I was also just kind of like, I preferred his comic relief in the movie. So
yeah, he was super. It was interesting. I gotta go with that, and or the fact that there was just not enough. We didn't get to see enough of them in their day-to-day lives at first. There could have been like more calm before the storm. What about you, Hikaron?
Yeah, honestly, the whole killing MODOK, I ain't gonna lie.
It was so disappointed.
But what I like about is how they made MODOK is like MODOK literally is the acronym, and they're gonna just make more. Like this nigga King probably has all the other versions of Kings.
That's the hope.
Have MODOK.
I love how he treated him like a piece of shit. That was pretty funny. I ain't gonna cap.
Diversity, baby.
He was like, "You only talk when I'm talking." Who were you spoken to, or some shit? I was like, "That
He
nigga's."
threw him against the wall so quick and so aggressive.
I was dying. I was dying. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he was out here wild. He was mad.
Another beef I would probably have, actually, that I think about too, is like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like we ultimately didn't get to see Kang in action enough. Like, they literally fought at the very end.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And like, I wish we probably could have seen like a little bit more of like the flashbacks maybe of when he was fucking eradicating other people. We kind of got small glimpses, and it's like he was strong, but we only got to see him for X amount of time.
That also like kind of shows me that I feel like they're gonna do kind of what they did to Thanos and find a way to nerf him for the fight, so that he can't just sit there and eradicate the entire Avengers again.
Can't go crazy. Like, well, if they do some shit, it was like we need the Infinity Stones to snap this nigga away.
And then he's still standing there with half his body. It's like, you didn't snap the half of me with my heart.
What was your favorite part of this movie? I think my.
Oh, you go first. Excuse me. No, you first.
Oh, okay. I think my favorite part was the probability storm.
Oh, that was crazy. Yeah.
Bro,
That shit was
dying.
wild.
I was like, all these Paul Rudds interacting with each other is too much. So
And the fucking random ass Baskin Robbins one.
That shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
The Baskin Robbins
and then there was they were just like, they tried to go big. It got torn apart. And then the one dude was like, I'm going to try it again.
He's like, I got it this time. I swear I got it.
He fell apart. Like,
Man's ran through a crowd of himself and killed. I'm like, oh god, no.
They all started working together. They were like, Cassie, that's my focus. Everybody just started focusing.
Like,
Focus up.
Dad.
Man has ADHD, but once you say Cassie, he's like, I'm focused 100%. But yeah, what was your favorite part, Hikaron?
Probably the end fight. Well, yeah, when Kang practically just unleashed himself in his fury, just because I got to see the villain, got to see his stuff. But man was fighting like a monster. It reminds me a little of, well, just because of some of his abilities and effects when Iron Man 2, where Iron Man and War Machine take out a bunch of the hammers.
The sentry bots.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like you got to see like all this little blast and stuff, and like, yo, this man Kang was like doing like I said, it was on some Dragon Ball Z Kai Blast type of just anime lasers eradication. Like, yo, this man's. And you know what? We don't see this kind of Kangness really in the comics. This man was about his action. Like, he's more so smart and meticulous individual. You know, he's like, yeah, he probably got a really good hand and whatnot, but you know, he has a lot of different things at his disposal. But this King was like, I'm a weapon. Like, I'm literally a weapon. And I like that about him. Yeah, it gave me it was really like, it was like having Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
On screen.
Right.
And I love Dr. Doom, so it's like.
This is a glimpse of kind of an erratic Dr. Doom. Instead of a calm, collected, precise one.
You put Dr. Doom and Thanos together. That's what we got.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's wild. Wild to think about. What about you, King Tub? What was your favorite part?
Honestly, for me, when Michael Douglas walked up with all them ants behind him, that shit was so fucking lit.
Got to.
That shit was so lit.
That was entrance of the year, like that ass entrance.
Like, I high-key want that poster, bro.
It's like, damn, we forgot this nigga the main character, actually.
High-key, though.
Right.
We forget about that. In Ant-Man movies, he low-key is the, like, he's really Ant-Man.
He's really Ant-Man, yeah.
He's really Ant-Man. Like, he created all this. Paul Rudd character, he literally is just the second one.
He a thief.
Literally. Yeah, right? He's someone to help take over the mantle. But, like, you know, he's the Batman Beyond of Batman. And yeah. It was just.
Man, I feel that.
Yeah, King was vindictive as fuck, actually, though. Like, That man was emotional too. Yeah, I think it was just a good Kang, man. Like every time he fucked up, it was like big emotion or something like that.
Who is your least favorite character?
Least favorite thing.
Honestly, the chick. The war.
Gentora.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Like she was.
a cold
I feel like
warrior.
she should have did more.
Yeah. Like she was kicking ass, but
Just like that.
And she hated them when
For
they came out
being,
first. Like she had strong hatred of them. I wish we would have saw more of her backstory. Like they would just give us a flashback of Kang really killing off like the family and like eradicating people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there goes
It would've
that
built up some more
Rush
tension.
feeling again. They really just explain that rather
Yeah.
than show it. It would have been more impactful to
Give us
see
a little
it.
5
Rather
minute
than
scene. Yeah.
Like how
Yeah,
in
like-
Multiverse of Madness, where they showed America Chavez teleporting her mother's
Right.
Exactly.
Like the things that they pick
Like,
and choose
given
to
that
show
trauma
as
is like-
flashbacks is so weird. It's like why do you want to tell us this and not show us to give us context, and want to show us this over telling us? I don't know. It's weird. But I feel you. Like she did not do enough. She acted like the leader, but was she really? Bro, I gotta go with Krylar because he really didn't do too much.
I never put Bill Murray as my least favorite character. I can't do it.
I
I
just
feel you.
I can agree. You know, I mean, I feel you. You know,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was
can't
so-
do it. Can't do
they
it.
threw my man in Instagram out like he wasn't even like. come on.
honestly,
Can't do it.
the
There
movie
now.
would not have changed at all had this man been taken out of it.
You right.
It would have been the exact same film, regardless. Cause
He should have had
it was
another.
just-
He should have had another appearance. In the movie.
What was it supposed to establish? Like, oh, when they were gone for 30 years, like they were banging. Like, okay, cool.
That's
Like,
pretty much it.
why do we care?
Cause it's a fucking power movie.
Right.
And the sexual reference has to be there. And it was good though, the comedy of it. Like Bill Murray being all hilarious, promiscuous as Zach Brannigan.
Yeah. It was definitely hilarious, but
like,
it was just like,
yeah.
why?
We should have seen him again, working with Kang, like being like, oh
Right,
yeah,
he could have
yeah,
been like
fucked
an
him up.
integral part of the storyline, or I don't
For
know.
real, like,
But then they would have had to pay him Bill Murray money, I suppose. But
All right.
right,
Who's your guys' favorite character?
Kang hands down, just cause
Okay.
I like. Okay,
yeah,
Unanimous.
Kang and Hank, cause like I ain't gonna lie, Michael Douglas
That
did a
scene
great
was
job.
insane. Okay. Yeah.
No, his dialogue is good just because it's simple enough. His character's there. His Rich is building, and he kind of
yeah.
talks.
When he had to fly
with-
that car or the plane,
right? He talks with conviction every time. Like this man knows what he's talking about. Like, and what I like about his character is that he, if you think about like before the Avengers were the Avengers, it's almost like a proto Avengers, right? He was there back way then with Hydra stuff, with a bunch of other
Right.
technologies. He's worked
He's
with
like the-
Stark dad. Like he's literally the oldest thing we have that can connect us to like how all we have is here. And I
it's like they got
that.
the Justice Society of America, but in the MCU with having those Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain America characters in the past.
100. Like I thought about it, like what if they did like a proto Avenger movie where they go like a past point where they have his character, where they have Hank Pym
That'd be
And-
wild.
and Janet, you know, before she gets lost.
Give us a what if.
Yeah, what if you got? Well, not even a what if, just like a prequel essentially, like how they did. Gosh dang, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was
Oh,
a
yeah.
prequel, and we seen Coulson in there, and Nick Fury. And it's like, okay, so they can bring back other characters. And like, what if it was like how Shield was created, like first Shield missions, like they had quote unquote there was an old Avengers or some shit like that, and they gave us like
That would be cool.
They practically gave us like what the OG Avengers was back in the day, but remade it in a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me tell you.
that would be cool. But Kang was definitely my favorite character overall because
100%.
Jonathan Majors was great. He's a great actor, method actor. His dialogue pulls you. His just strict emotion with his face, like,
Right.
man, it was just, he carried that. You know, you could say you know, I'm not gonna say he carried the movie, but he carried that role so well. I think just because he's Jonathan Majors, he can give us that. Like, he plays a good villain at this point, which is really fucking good. We see Jonathan Majors as a good guy and as a villain, but like, man, he was good, like, strong, like, and it's like he's a bad guy, but you run a root for him, and I like that. I like how he was just blasting motherfuckers too. Like, it was like, I like that stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
The energy
that was
blast,
cool.
like, he was
going
on
hard.
that. I was like, man, he a Dragon Ball Z villain. Like,
He was also smooth with his entrances.
yes.
Man, like, he was so smooth. Like, the way he came down with the little helipad type thing. Not helipad, holopad. Then just unleashed all madness on this little quantum realm world. Crazy.
Right? Like, he really conquered that place like that.
And
it's
then the
just-
way this man can just like play all them variants like that's tight.
yeah, like, he has to
Just
be
every
so,
personality completely different.
yeah, straight up.
Feel, vibe.
Like, I wonder how much it took him to act, because, like, yo, he's playing each of these characters at one time. Like, they dressed that nigga up so much. Like, yo,
It was tight.
that man probably sat in the makeup chair longer than, obviously he did. Like, we got so many variants. It's like, it's gonna be great. It's crazy. Like, I love what they did with him, and how, like, with other villains, you only get them like damn near one-off shots. Like, Thanos,
Bro, if they would stop killing their villains, they wouldn't have no problems, bro.
right?
They got
Also,
the
the
only
big
villains
bag,
they didn't
like-
kill were Zemo and Loki. They got and Abomination, I guess.
And they even killed Loki and brought
Damn,
him
and
out
the leader.
from
I
the
can't.
zone.
Okay.
Oh
there's
yeah,
four.
we still haven't seen the. Okay, no, never mind.
Nah, he back. Don't
They
forget,
didn't kill
he
Sam
back.
Rockwell
He's
either.
Back. He's back.
They
Yeah, he's back.
they didn't kill Sam Rockwell.
Well, they didn't
Ultron's
kill Sam
supposedly
Rockwell.
not dead.
They didn't kill Sam Rockwell. He was just
Nope,
in
they
jail.
didn't kill him.
All right, what do you guys give the movie 1 out of 10?
Bro, I give this movie a solid like 7.
I'm at a solid.
6.5.
I'm
7.
at a solid 8, honestly. Flat 8.
I'm gonna give it.
It's tight.
You know, it could be a 7. But I'm gonna give it an 8 because of how well it did, and it's like you don't expect that much ever from an Ant-Man movie, and it did
Right.
really
It
good.
was fun.
It was really good. I think that's a great. That's like an edge. That's like an edge they got with the Ant-Man movies. It's like they're not gonna expect it to do good, which is why of course they're gonna like pull resources because it's Ant-Man, but it comes out and it's a success. It's like it's good. Like, it's a Paul Rudd movie. It was really a Paul Rudd movie at the end of the day, and that's all. I like Paul Rudd. So.
Did the damn thing. Well, there you. Wait. So we got an 8, we got an 8, and we got a 7. That's a good solid.
Yeah,
Good
I
solid turnout.
agree.
Thank y'all for watching. You have been listening to Nerds of the Round Table. Follow us at Marvel More Marvel on the social medias, Instagram and TikTok, which we will put up real quick for you here. You know, keep that subscribe button and that bell on, so you know when we upload these videos, they're gonna be coming
Ding.
out
Bing.
real soon. Coming out in waves, coming out in droves. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Deuces.